I would love to have a true relationship with myself. I am struggling with all the aspects and conditioning from the past. Will, can you please give some advice? Thank you very much.
With the relationship with yourself, whether you're in your informative years or not, for yourself, sweetheart. And you notice this more frequently than not. What I'll call the sequences of events being more so informative years, which on the average, if I'm going to give an average, is from third trimester in the womb for yourself, from a linear time continuum till 7 years old. That's when you're going to notice every decision you've ever made about yourself, creation, identificational states, started to take hold. You made decisions about yourself from in the womb, and then from the first learning how to function in a body on a planet. All these decisions, which we'll call them, quote, i.e. beliefs, distorted in emotional states that are actually there, but then the emotional part got locked up in the physical part. The perceptual beliefs are out here. But the emotions get stored, built up, so that when you're running forth, or the brakes go on because, oh, you remember this? I remember that. Okay, now we got to go this way to avoid this from happening again. Now, when we step back, and I'm going to say sit back for a moment, in our beautiful little lounge chair, or even kitchen chair, whatever, and we look at all of the above. We have our chin there, our hand there, just like this. And look at all of the decisions that were ever made in a body on a planet, actions, reactions, based also in levels of functionability, survival. Survival is deemed to be so derogatory, but it's not. You're still here, aren't you? Great job. Now, from here, let's watch it. Because remember, all these memories are coming forth, and wham, coming right here to be re-examined. Now, when we look at all of the above, let's forget about, okay, everything's a movie and so forth, so forth. We can sit there technically like this and have popcorn, but, let's not overdo it. You sit there and you look at all these fun, powerful, by all means, very powerful memories, which I chuckle when I call it that, memories, because they seem like memories of the past, but the truth is that they're still going on. We see what I love with the re-examining. This isn't about living in the past, and please, everyone, let's skip that whole living in the past thing, okay? Let's not be afraid of what presents. Let's not resuppress what's being put here right in front of you to re-examine. Let's not make a big giant process out of it. Let's just come to terms with, you know what, that's kind of amazing, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it was in the womb, it doesn't matter if it was last week. We get to look at it right there. This is happening very powerfully right now. Right here. We get to re-examine and say, you know what? That's just not working for me anymore. One of my favorite ones is, you know what? That's just not true anymore. Not that it ever was. Taking a breath, looking at it for what it is. You know what? My ex-partner was totally off about who I am. I assumed they were right. But maybe, now that I look at it for what it is, outside of the, quote, battlefield, and as that angst is building up and building up, maybe it just doesn't work like that anymore. Maybe, maybe that's just not true about me. And wham! Here's Mom's. Oh, we know how Mom's is, right? And Dad. Oh, Farmer John. Okay, from here, wow. Whew. Wow. And my first school instructor, wow. Whew. Remember, it's right here. We're not looking for it. Hands down, we're not looking at all for this. It's showing itself. Well, wow. Maybe that's not even true about myself. Now, of course, you accepted it. Done deal. Not that you had a lot of options. Because you just didn't know any different at that time. You knew something was off. But of course, survival, trying to, at least maintain your faculties, right? So, wow, maybe that was just not true about me. Maybe, wow, maybe everyone else was doing what they were doing, but wow, maybe about myself as creator incarnate here. Maybe that's not true either. Wow, ouch. Yeah, that can leave too, be gone. And then over here, wow. Yeah, I have been pretty afraid for eons. Especially, in relationships and all these interesting relationship things. Wow. It has just been so overpowering, so dogmatic. You're right. I've never been able to get it right. Especially in the eyes of everyone else. So yeah. Yeah. But maybe that's really not about me anymore. It's all right. Maybe it's about just, flat out, how misperceived I've been. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you can go too. Be gone. But see, all this stuff, as you're sitting there, I promise you will come to the forefront. It will come right in front of you to re-examine right here. In each thing that does, it'll come here, it'll come here, it'll come here. Now, the part I really love about all of the above is that as this is all happening, your body, the emotional states, become more vibrant, more alive, more vibrant, more alive, more exhilarated. Accelerated. We see now it's really fun because now, wow, what a relief. Here you come. Not everyone else is. Perception of you, that of course, you accepted. Some things you had no idea. I'll just call it by default. That's, you had to survive, right? But from here, all these out-picturing states that have made the body break down, we'll call it arthritic, the vertebrae column becoming snap, crackle, pop, the sacrum functionability becoming a little bit odd, the nerves, the atlas, the axis, snap, going out, a lot of fuzzy vision. everything in the body going bam. And then everything in the body working just like this, straight up and down. So now we really are playing with male side, physical side, and they're going to shake hands. They're going to start procreating. Some serious Jolly Green Giant stuff going on. With this masculine, feminine side stuff, wow, things really become discombobulated because we're not playing with the masculine side, a feminine side. Because why be split like that, right? Why have two split opposing forces constantly battling each other? And then, of course, the fancy word, you got to balance it out. So this side is going to have a beautiful cup of tea while this side's knocking back some bourbon. Now, which one's which? Because tea and bourbon, I don't know what it is these days. Unless you make a Long Island iced tea. Man, we can try to get along, but it's just something else. Now, from here, you're dissolving, collapsing the two polarized states that have been battling amongst each other. Until now, wow, we start to come to terms with that, maybe this stuff doesn't have to do with myself. And now we have one complete, conducive, complementary facet, and body principle as well, that starts to work together, fire together, function together. But then the funner part is as we're sitting. The part I love the most about this is we start to make a friend. And that friend that we start to make, and quite literally, start to be introduced to, right here, is called you. Because now you get to start to, I call it expand, and what I mean by that is you're no longer confined and hidden away in the sternum. You start to arise here, all the way through, right through the pineal pituitary gland, right through the frontal lobe. You actually start to be introduced to yourself. Not all this conglomerate, clutter of stuff. Re-examining is not a process. It's coming to terms with, quite literally put, what is and what is not. You anyways. Other part I love. You start to hear voices. Okay? Now, when you start to hear the voices, yeah, there are places, and you can go spend the night at. There are pills you can take. Now, but the voice you start to hear is your own. You start to hear, let's just call it your angelic archangelics in the host realms. But most importantly, out of all of the above, you start to hear a gentle, subtle, and gentle, loving, embracing voice. Because remember, it's actually you that's doing the re-examining, becoming re-exhilarated. But see, you start to come forth, come out. You start to be reintroduced to you. Not all this clutter that's been instilled, that's been embodied within your physical plane. That reintroduction, it's called re-embodiment in divinity. Not a process. It's called being true to oneself, becoming oneself, and letting the whole universe as a whole begin to come to life within you.